All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Daniel Busch with POVPOOL, and this is match number 9 from the West Coast Swing Unreleased series that we've been posting up to YouTube. I've been dubbing commentary and posting it up as soon as I'm done with dubbing from my home studio. I basically upload it to YouTube, and you guys get to watch it. It's all for your enjoyment. However, this one is being dubbed live. I've got a chat room rolling right now, so let's hope these guys in the chat room don't give me too much grief. Come on now, all you trolls. Anyway, today is October 11th, and I want to apologize in advance to you guys. I said I was going to post one of these up every day until they were done, but I had to go and stream at Hard Times Billiards, and I ended up being down for like a week. I had to rearrange my garage. It was a total nightmare. But here we are. We're back. It's Friday. It's October 7th, and this match between Alex and Jayson Shaw took place on July 6th, 2018. Now, Jayson Shaw lost on the winner's side to Dennis Orcollo, and then you saw that match with Dennis Orcollo playing Shane Van Boning, and Dennis Orcollo ended up beating Shane Van Boning, but Jayson Shaw, Alex PAGULAYAN also lost to Shane Van Boning on the winner's side. And so it's Alex and Jayson, and it's a race to 9, and this was a 15,000 added event. And Jayson's got the break. It's a race to 9. And I want to say hi to everybody in the chat room right now. We got Mike, Mark Perez, Jay Miles, Turbo Draw, Frank Puja, Michael Lush, D King, and One Pocket Kid 21. Anthony Morales is also watching. So anybody else out there watching anonymously, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is a live redubbing of this match, which actually was recorded without any commentary at all. So I'm just here to put some commentary on it and give it a little bit of life, So here we go. Here's the break from Jayson Shaw. This is a race to 9, and this match has never before been seen except when it was live, and it was actually not seen by everybody because this was the secondary table that was being streamed live. And so you either had a choice. You could pick table 1 or table 2 to watch. And, some people were watching. I don't remember what match was going on next to these guys. But I'm sure it was a doozy. And, when you only have 2 eyes to watch one screen, and there's 2 tables running, it's kind of hard. I think actually some people figured out how to do both tables side by side, but I could be mistaken. So here we go. Jayson Shaw with a good break. Looks like the 6 ball's going to have to be managed, and might be he might have to draw out here on the rail. Now I just want you to know I haven't watched these either, so I apologize for any profanity, nudity, or violence that may take place during this match. Yeah, there you go. That'll keep you going. So, now the beauty of doing this live actually is that if I do have any audio issues, please let me know. I don't think I'm going to have any music in the background or anything like that. So good job by Jayson. He knocks the 6 away, and now he's got a Cosmo. He's straight on the 6, back to the 7, and then straight on the 8. I mean, he's got no problems here, barring any sort of critical physical errors that we do when we play this difficult game, pocket billiards. There's Bob Young again. Bob Young, he's decided to have himself a snack. Combo Bob, they call him. The guy's been there for, I don't know, he's been there out of like 7 out of the 9 matches that I've been doing here for you guys. He's been sitting there sweating every match, and you know what? He's got a little side bet going on every table he sees. I swear to you. That's Combo Bob in the Hawaiian shirt there, having a little coffee and cake with some mustard and ketchup. Some of you guys know who he is. So there you go. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Makes it look easy, doesn't he, folks? So rack number 1 goes to Jayson. Jason Shaw is sponsored by Perry Cues. I believe this year, and also Rasson Tables. And I believe, I'm sorry, not this year. The year that this was going on, he was actually using a Miucci at the time. He was still sponsored by Miucci Cues. And he's now sponsored by Perry. Originally from Scotland, Glasgow. He's married to Ara Shaw, and he has a beautiful baby. I believe she's about a year and a half old now. She's got to be yeah, something like that. All right, here we go. Alex with the first visit to the table. Hector Diaz in the chat room says, man, I wish I could aim as good as Jayson does. He kills it every time. Well, there's a reason why they call him the Eagle Eye. It's a 3-time black ball champion that rose to stardom in his late teens. And he was unstoppable then, and he's generally unstoppable now. But let's see what happens in this match here. Alex the Lion, if anybody's qualified to take a shot at Eagle Eye, it's the Lion. I got my green juice rolling, and I got my black coffee rolling right now. So what's he doing here? He's drawing up, and he's hopefully going to hit the 4-9. And so he was trying to force that to happen, and I think he was hoping the spin would throw the 4-ball into the corner, and he still would have been left with kind of a tough, not a tough combo, but still a tough out. So looks like Jayson's got his Eagle Eye on the 3-ball now. Oh yeah. Folks, we're playing 10-ball here, so the rules are a little bit different than regular 9-ball, and it's a completely different game from 8-ball if you're a beginner watching this game. You have to shoot the balls in order, but you also have to, in this particular format of 10-ball, you have to call every shot. So you have to call every pocket. You don't have to call like off the 5 or 3 rails. You just have to call the pocket. If you accidentally make some other ball on the table, like if you're shooting at the 6 and you accidentally make the 9, but the 6 stays up, your opponent has the option to pass it back to you, or they can shoot themselves, depending on where the whole thing lands. Hector Diaz says, yeah, they call me Blind. Go figure. Blind Hector. That's a good pool name, actually. That'll get you a lot of action. Blind Hector. All right, so Jayson very quickly polishes the table, and it's now 2-0. Eagle eye. And Alex sits in his chair, waits patiently. The lion waits patiently to pounce. If you ever want to, you want to check out Jayson Shaw's Facebook page. I'm in the chat room right now, so you can click on Jayson Shaw's Facebook page, and you can find out more about him there. And you know, just go ahead, click on his Facebook page in the chat room, and give him a like. That's his athlete page. Well, looks like another dry break, and this is beautiful for Alex. Except he's got to decide here what he wants to do with the three. The 3-10 combo, is that on the menu, or is he going to play a breakout? Now this all entirely depends on what his shape will be on the 2-ball. I think if he's straight on the 2-ball, he may actually try to see that. He's looking to see if he has a shot to the side pocket, playing short side of the 3-ball underneath the 10. And that actually would work too, because if you see where the 4-ball is by the 9, that would be like a natural angle for the cue ball to roll up toward the 4-ball. But he's got to get through these first 2 balls first. A little bump shape there, and looks like he's off angle. He wanted to be straight on this 2, I think, or at least have a cutting angle so that he could come under the 3. So I don't know now if he's going to slide over and try to hit the 10, or I don't know what he's going to do. He may end up playing a safety after he makes this 2-ball. He's sliding over. He went in between. And so now what do? Do you call the 10 and play some kind of a 2-way shot? Is that realistic, or do you just lay up, you know? Thorek in the chat room. Howdy, DB. Hey, what's up? How you doing, buddy? This event was also sponsored by West 8 Billiards. Safety, here we go. He's using the 9 for cover. He hits the 9. No rail, and that's ball in hand. We've got mistakes galore already from Alex PAGULAYAN. Suffering succotash. So, does he, I think he rolls past the 6 to the short side of the 4-ball, because the 9 covers the other corner. So, you know, I always hate these shots. He plays it perfect, but I ended up throwing the cue ball usually, and then I end up hitting the 6. You know, you guys ever do that? You think you're semi-straight, and the cue ball throws, and you end up hitting the ball next to the object ball. That happens to me once in a while. So here he's a little bit in between the 2 pockets, the side and the corner, but you know, Jayson, as fluid as he is, he recovers position nicely. And out here, I think he might just spin out 2 rails. You know, the 1, 2, and he inadvertently hit the 6, I mean the 10, but he's all right. He's all right. He's Jayson Shaw. He's Jayson Shaw, man. Greetings, Dan Post. Greetings. How are you? Lovely to have you guys here watching. if enough of you are watching this now, I may not be able to post this to YouTube because you've all have watched it. Welcome, Ong Jia, who asks, "How is this live? I just logged on." Well, this is an unreleased match, and I'm dubbing the commentary live for you. I have normally been recording the commentary from my home studio, but today, just to make it up to you guys, I just decided I would log on live and dub this commentary for you live. So the other 20,000 people can watch this. Can watch this recorded match, but you get to watch it live. Well, Jayson's making pretty short work of Alex, and Alex just keeps making mistake after mistake. He's having a rough go. Hector Diaz, he says, "I love it when they get mad and then they still get shape." Yeah, the guy that I like that was always, you know, like when he got like 2 inches off or an inch off, he would always just go, "Ah!" Jose Perica. He was always like, "Ah, ah." Scratch his head, walk around the table 3 more times. Augustin Alva asks, "Who did you think was going to win, Dennis or Tony?" Are you talking about number 3, that third one? I knew Dennis was going to win. Love Tony Chohan. Love his play style. Knew Dennis was going to win. All right, so here we go. We've got Jayson Shaw with a shot on the 1 after 2 racks. He's been breaking dry. And he's perfect again. Look at this guy. What do you think? A little skunkage today on the on TV table number 2? I don't know. Don't know, folks. Has to hold the cue ball up a little bit. It looks good. He managed to stay away from the rail. Now, if he can just make this 3, he should be fine for the rest of the rack, and he'll very quickly make it 4-0. Dan Post asks, "Is that Hawaiian Jimmy in the back?" No, he's not wearing his sleeveless t-shirt. Hawaiian Jimmy didn't go to this event. This was up in Fremont, California, last July. Ong Jia says, "I thank you, Daniel, for your work. I haven't picked up a pool cue in 15 years, but because of your channel, I feel the urge to play again." Well, if you haven't played in 15 years, I wouldn't be playing these guys. No, I think you should. I think you should dust off the cobwebs and and get back in the game. You know, there's plenty of leagues to play. There's plenty of pool out there. I don't know what state you're in. Yeah, now if I only had time, I understand about the time thing. But you know what? It's good to join a league. And you know what? Shame on me for doing it. But you know what? I haven't done it for other reasons too. I haven't joined a league in something like 9 years since I started POVPOOL. part of it was because of my I was just unavailable. Where you're required to be there every week, at least 1 day a week, sometimes 2 or 3, depends on what league you play in or how many leagues you play in. Because of the nature of my work, I never know if I'm going to be even in town. I've been asked many times to play a league, but I've had to decline. Now there's other stuff. There's a lot of local tournaments, little tournaments, handicap tournaments. I'm not a big guy for handicap tournaments, but and then there's little action. There's little games you can play with people. Go to the pool hall and maybe you'll see an old friend or two. Play a couple friendly games. Good safety here by Jayson, who just found him, played a good break, but he ended up in a bad, scenario, so he had to play some kind of a shot. And here we go. Alex with the return of the exact same shot. Mirror image. Except you won't see Jayson doing it back to him because he's hooked. He's going to call the corner pocket. So this is actually a doable shot. He's going to play this rail first with a lot of side spin, a lot of right-hand spin. Okay. Now that is also a two-way shot, as you can see. He knows that he's going to be hitting that one ball thin enough to keep it low. And, if you're lucky, you play it thin enough for it to go in. Chances are it doesn't go in, though. So now Alex is back in the hot seat here. He's got to answer to Jayson. And he plays a coast-to-coast safety shot, which is real nice. I covered him. Now there were no jump cues allowed, by the way, in this tournament. No jump cues at all. So you can only jump with a full-sized cue. So Jayson plays a very good shot. Now that was excellent speed control because he didn't have any rails to hide on. He didn't have much of that. 10 ball is kind of like in the middle there. So you have to play excellent speed control, to be able to get that ball safe. Now, Alex is trying to masse or hoping to manipulate the cue ball to masse around it. The blues guy, he says, hey, that was a nice kick shot there. And he left the cue ball on the rail and the one ball on the rail. The blues guy says, comments about things like English used, pattern play, etc. Please, it helps the non-pros among us. Thank you in advance. Yeah, I try to do that, when I'm not having fun with you all. But, I have hundreds of matches that are, with tons of information, helpful hints on how to play pool. Like, look at Jayson here, staying down on the shot. Look how low he stays down on the shot. That ball he just hits natural. Well, he hit that with a little inside, a little right spin to bring the ball around. That shot's tricky, though. Sometimes it's better to hit that center ball. And I would also recommend, if you are an amateur, focus on your shot making. And most of the time you can do very well to focus on center ball, just top spin and regular draw. So Jayson's going to be able to cut. He's going to thin this, and he's going to miss the corner pocket. Now, the way he was able to do that is because a 4 ball's close to the side, he cheated the pocket. So you actually cut that a little more than than you normally would to make it dead center. He cheated the pocket a little bit, hit it thinner than he would so that he could avoid the scratch. Now this is just all simple pool here. Notice he is actually using 2 rails to come back and forth, which is that is a much more advanced way to shoot that shot. A lot of people just shoot that 1 rail, that cue ball. But Jayson's ability to you know, pattern play comes natural when you always look for the right side of the ball. When you're talking about pattern play, you know, they say think 3 balls in advance. You know, that's one way to start off. You know, but when you're thinking about the pattern, you have to think about what side of the ball do I need to be on in order for that pattern to make sense. And once you start focusing on what side of the ball you want to be on with each shot, there you go. You have yourself a pattern. Sometimes it's always good to say, like, you know, I can play this shot from both sides of the ball. So, you know, sometimes you might, instead of, you know, worrying about the right side of the ball, you can actually play 2 sides of the ball. But you have to look in advance. You have to see in advance. Look at this beautiful break. Oh, my goodness. Shot on the 3. Made the 1, 2, 3. It's 5-0, folks. Oh, my God. I'm commenting the stream. And not the live. Okay, so here we go. I'm back on track. Somebody could have told me this. Turbo draw, you could have saved me. I hope it didn't get confusing. Well, this is pretty sick, folks. I mean, this was, if you watched, there was another match before this that Jayson Shaw played. I want to recommend it to you. It's the West Coast Swing Unreleased number 7. That's Jayson Shaw versus Dennis Orcolio, who virtually made no mistakes. And he also, I think he won the toss and won the break. Dennis Orcolio just maintained control of the table this whole time. Alex PAGULAYAN has made several mistakes. In fact, he's always been the one to make the mistake. Jayson's beating him to the shot. And as a result, it's 6-1 and 6-0. And this is how it is playing a pro. Even if you are a pro, if you make mistakes, you're gonna pay for it. You know, it's just undoubtedly the situation. And Jayson's really made no mistakes here. He's played very well, which is unfortunate because he made a couple of mistakes playing Jayson Shaw. I mean, playing Dennis Orcolio. So if you watch that match, you'll see where he blunders. But also, Dennis Orcolio just, you know, manages not to open the door for him. And that is the difference between Alex's performance and Dennis's performance. So Alex has to come with a much better game. Unfortunately, he's not coming to the table with much at all. I mean, you know, 1 rail kick into outer space, you know, that's what they like to. The chances of this 1 ball going in are very slim, you know. You almost want to kick this ball with the intent to cut the ball. Seeking Justice asks, Daniel, are there instructional videos that you're particularly fond of? Yeah, there are a lot of instructionals. There are Joe Tucker's instructional videos. You can go to joetucker.net. There's ProPoolAcademy.com. You can go to ProPoolAcademy.com. Check out Max Eberle's video lessons. There's the Tor Lowry's videos. There's a lot of good stuff out there. There's Dr. Dave Alcatori, very good. There's Mike Massey's 50 shots that never come up. There's Jim Rempe's how to run 100 balls in straight pool. There is Tom Worth's One Pocket, game of controlled aggression. There's Bugs Rucker's video. There's Dr. Q, Tom Rossman's Kicks and Banks Essentials. There is Robert Burns' instructional books and videos. Robert Byrne, may rest in peace. Hope that was helpful. There's a lot of guys out there. There's there's local guys that'll teach you too. Out here in Southern California, we have Dave Hema, good instructor. Like you've got in Texas, you've got Charlie Bryant, the hillbilly Bryant. Is it in Texas or is he in Louisiana now? Every local area has a good instructor. Can I name 3 more? Asks One Pocket Kid. Yes, I can, but I don't want to bore you. Don't forget Mark Wilson. Yes. A nice shot. Now this could be the shot that opens things up for Alex, because this is really the first time. I mean, Jayson played pretty easy, a good safety. This is the first time in about 3 racks, Alex had the opportunity to play a decent safety. But here we go. Jayson returns the favor and says, "Screw this." These rotation games are all about maintaining control of the table. If you can stay in control of the table, keep your opponent on the defensive or in his chair, his or her chair, then you're one step ahead of the game. But you have to be able to do it. And Alex manages to. He manages to hit the ball, but I think Jayson might end up putting the cue ball behind the 5 here. He'll come across the right-hand side of the 2 ball. You've got a lot of people that are good for the game. A lot of people. There's always a guy and a girl. There's always a guy. There's always a woman who is willing to help others. Jeanette Lee, she's an amazing ambassador for the sport. Robin Dodson, she does clinics at West State Billiards once a month. Alvin Coker, the cue maker, he does clinics at West State Billiards once a month. Check out weststatebilliards.com and you can find out about the free clinics by Robin Bell, who is a Hall of Famer. Jayson is really making this hurt for Alex. Alex is probably wondering who he can play a little later tonight, what kind of action he can get into, because I don't see this working out for Alex here. Seven zero. Someone stop the eagle eye. Want to give a shout out to Kent Davis at KDQs. We did an interview with KD with Kent Davis. I shot and produced an interview with Kent Davis. You guys can watch that later if you want. That's the Q Maker series that I made last year. Check out our interview with Kent Davis. And be sure to check out kdqs.com. There goes the 6 ball, and look at this. He's jacked up over the 3. You know, it might be worth it to go for this 1 ball because you know, he's jacked up, but there's a natural angle for the cue ball to roll 2 rails around table into a safe position. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. But he decided to play safety anyway. Interesting. I mean, you know, he was playing a safety. I think both shots would have been kind of a safe shot. But so Alex is calling the corner pocket. Is this it? Is this his opening? Curses. Foiled again. Alex is just deflated. Jayson is turning him into lion burgers over here. So I think the 4 ball to the 5. I think maybe he'll play this. It looks like a billiard shot coming around, and he's looking at it fairly comfortably. From this angle, maybe the 5 goes right in, but the billiard is just as easy. Yeah, the 5 does go. Oh no! Look at this. The table is leaking. All right, so. At 7-0, you gotta run 4 balls, Alex. Come on. Yeah, he's okay here. Yeah, for those wanting to get into this game and wanting to learn more, you know, I would just recommend you make a ritual of watching these videos that are available on YouTube. The commentary is always helpful. We try to, you know, I mean, apart from having some fun, sometimes we try to provide you with informative commentary, not only about the players but also about you know, how to play and some of the resources available out there. sometimes I'll watch a match a night, like just before I'm going to bed, or there are times when I don't know if you work on computers a lot, but I'll just have a match running sometimes in the background, and it's not all my matches either. I mean, I'll watch other people's stuff too. Alex is on the board. He hasn't had to break in like 8 racks here or at all, so this is his first break, I think. 8 ball goes down. 1 ball is open, but does it have a pocket? Look at the 9, and I can almost certainly looks like the 1 ball is not available to the corner. Well, 1 ball does go. Surprise, surprise, surprise. So the 4 ball is covered by the 6 here. And Alex is really gonna, he's at a good angle, but he's really gonna, he's overextended, so I'm not sure if he's gonna manufacture a banker. If he's gonna come underneath it. Look at this, look at this. Only the lion. No. You can all see what's coming next, folks. It'll be Safety City. And, I mean, there are just times when, when you're down and things feel like they get worse. But he knew this was a problem when he hit the 6 after making the 1 ball. He hit the 6 down there. So he's going to play this to try to bring the cue ball under the 6 with a little bit of left-hand spin. And it needs to spin. Didn't cover it, but he'll accept the position. He has to. Goes back to his chair, and now Jayson, who doesn't appear to have much to go with here. Jeez, I don't really know what I would do other than try to cross-bank the 4 ball. I mean, that's kind of a woo-wee kind of shot. Woo-wee! Oh, okay. I didn't even think about that. I thought it was a cross-side shot, actually, but open the door for Alex. Good shot. He just kind of, he knew he was coming up the table with 3 rails. The 9 ball could have played a factor, but part of the, what's important about playing this game too is to block out negative thoughts and negativity, you know. Yeah, you know the 9 ball's there, and sometimes it's, you know, better safe than sorry not to shoot in that certain way because of a 9 ball. But sometimes you just got to go, and you just got to play the table, no matter what, you know, like, and block out the negativity. Sometimes that doesn't work, but it helps you at least to execute when it does work. I mean, you can think of problems when you're shooting, but it's just you know, it's if you allow those problems to scare you or to put fear in your game, you're asking for a lot of trouble. Sometimes you gotta go. You gotta go. He's drawing back here for the 9 ball in the corner. Woo! Nice shot. That was good. Good recovery. And he's at a good angle here because he doesn't have to do anything crazy with the ball. He can just play a stop shot or draw back just like 3 or 4 inches, and he'll shoot to the corner. He's perfectly straight on the 10. And he's coming back. He's taking a stand, folks. He's fighting it. Good fight. Alex just not letting it get to him. Whew. Sorry, folks. Phone's blowing up. Stop it, phone. Dry break. Dun, dun, dun. So this is really the hard part when you're down this many games. You're playing somebody as good as Jayson. You know, so many things have to work for you when you are trying to come back against somebody like Jayson. I mean, there was another match that we streamed against Eklan Kachi and Alex PAGULAYAN, where Alex didn't even take a shot. Eklan Kachi won the lag, and then he ran 8 racks, 8-0. That was in the event after this one, when we went to Arizona to Freezer's Ice House, and so, you know, but when you do get a shot or a break or something or a chance at the table, if the break's not working for you, you're still in big trouble, you know. Especially when you open up nicely. I mean, that's what you're trying to do. The break shot in 10 ball is a very offensive shot. It opens up the game. You want to make a ball, and possibly 2, you know, make multiple balls, and control the cue ball. You want to drop it to the middle of the table, and you want to have a shot on the next ball. And when none of that happens, basically, you just, you know, you leave everything for your opponent to clear up. What makes it a little harder is that your opponent now has to run 10 balls instead of the 7 or 8 that might be there. And so now Jayson's on the hill, and he's breaking, and he's been breaking really well. And it's 8-2. And it's a race to 9. And so if this is the last game, I want to thank everybody for watching today. I hope you have a great weekend. I won't be doing any live streaming. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do some live dubbing tomorrow and Sunday for you. I'll live dub these matches for you tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got James Arenas versus Roberto Gomez, a couple of Filipino players. And then on Sunday I have Shane Van Boening versus Omar Al-Shaheen. So that'll be a very good match as well. And those two matches are also from the one-loss side of this tournament. And then coming up later this month, like I said, as promised, I will be live streaming Shane Van Boening versus Tony Chohan. And I'll be doing it. It'll be a little bit different, but let's just get through this. And I'll tell you more about it. Join me this weekend. I'll do some live dubbing this weekend. I'm not going to tell you what time, okay? If you miss it, then you can just watch it later. Isn't that nice? You can just watch it later. But, you know, the live chat's always a great thing, you know, because it allows you to connect with the people that you watch these matches with, and it's always a good thing. We have it so lucky in this beautiful country, United States of America. We are so fortunate. We take some of this stuff for granted, you know. Got to be grateful for everything we got. Be good to the ones you love. Be better to the ones you don't. I don't know. Like, what do you... Except Jayson. Jayson over here. He ain't being nice to Alex. No. He's being kind of a jerk off. But you know what? He's not American. So he doesn't have to be nice. That's not American policy. What we're watching right now is Scottish policy. I beat the bloomin' crap out of him. Yeah. Oh, there's the handshake. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. This is, by the way, this is a file, so it's just gonna. Here, I'll tell you what I'll do. All right. Hey, listen, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this, and join us for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have James Arenas versus Roberto Gomez, and yeah. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. Be safe out there. You guys drive safe out there. Whatever you're doing, I'll hopefully check in with you tomorrow. I'm not going to give you a time because I don't know. I don't like times. You know, who wants to live their life by times all the time? Okay, so whatever. I'll try to leave a little announcement prior to this happening. Okay, I'll give you like an hour's heads up. Peace out, everybody. Donations always appreciated. Keep loving pool.